What's going on, you guys? It's Ryan coming to you with a brand new video. That's right, my friends. We got a brand new video, and today we're finally going to be talking about the New World Order. But first, before we begin, you know the drill. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. It helps with the YouTube algorithms a lot. We are transferring over to BitChute. So I'm still going to be putting videos out on YouTube, but I want to put videos out there on BitChute. I did want to put videos on Odyssey, but I'm not too happy with the streaming, the video quality of how the uploads work on Odyssey just as yet. So I haven't abandoned Odyssey, but BitChute is a much easier platform to use, even easier than YouTube. If you're a beginner when it comes to streaming, I highly suggest, if you want to get your feet wet, going over to BitChute. Make a BitChute account and upload videos over there, because it's only a 4-step process, very easy, where YouTube can be a little bit more difficult in terms of uploading videos. So I will put the BitChute link in my description down below in the YouTube video, so please subscribe over there as well. The reason why I'm doing BitChute is because we got to get off YouTube. YouTube is censoring people left and right. They're striking down accounts. They're trying to get rid of people. We're seeing it all the time. We're seeing it with channels, like Salty Cracker and, Geeks and Gamers. A lot of those different accounts out there that speak truth, as far as I'm concerned, that want to offer a different opinion. They're the channels that are being taken down left and right. The only channels that are remaining are channels that are loyal to the narrative. YouTube's just going to be a place for, clips of The Daily Show and CNN and different stupid things like that. You're not going to have actual content creators making content. So all the content creators, they're jumping ship on YouTube. They're moving over to Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute. So I'm going the BitChute way for now. So again, this video will be uploaded to YouTube and it will be uploaded to BitChute. So subscribe to both channels. It really helps me out. It helps with the YouTube algorithms, and of course gets me, more notoriety over at BitChute rather than YouTube, which is what I want. But on to today's video. So today we're talking about the New World Order, but I wanted to come at this with a different approach because there are so many videos out there pertaining to the New World Order. I mean, it would make no sense for me to make another video pertaining to this topic when there's already so many people who have made videos on this. I mean, you can look up David Icke, you can look up Alex Jones. They talk about the New World Order all the time. So I want to talk about it from a different approach, since this is a channel that deals with the metaphysical, it deals with spiritual matters. I want to approach this from the side of the spiritual. I want to approach this from the angle because the New World Order focuses on 3 things: one world government, one world currency, and one world religion. So we're specifically going to be focused on the one world religion aspect of this. So going into the one world religion, one of the objectives of the New World Order, of the globalist elite, is to eliminate religion, all religions. They basically want to create a new religion, which you will see oftentimes in communist regimes. Specifically, North Korea has this. The one world religion is the focus on the accomplishment. It's the focus on mankind and the accomplishments of mankind. It's not anything focused on God. God is eliminated from the equation. To create a new world government, God needs to be eliminated, because as long as people have faith in God and not them, the powers that be, it makes it very difficult to control people. It makes it difficult to control people when you believe that there is a God of all creation controlling the fates of everything. You're not going to be focused on, what your government is doing for you, for example. You're not going to look at them as the saviors. And you see this kind of model set up in places like North Korea, because in North Korea, if there is a statue of the Un family, whether it be Kim Jong-un or, his father or his grandfather, you have to stop at that statue and bow before it and pray. If you don't, you can go to jail. And these people have to pray to Kim Jong-un. They have to believe that he is a god. That is the kind of government that the New World Order wants to create, where we pray to George Soros, we pray to the Rothschilds, we pray to the Rockefellers, we pray to the Kissingers, we pray, to the Gates, Bill Gates and Melinda Gates. Yeah, tough shit on that one. Good luck there. But that's what they want. That's the kind of world that they want to create, where they are the ones who are worshipped. And you have a power structure, so I'm going to show this. Everybody has probably seen pictures of the Illuminati pyramid, which is the system of the New World Order. I tried to find the best one that I possibly could. And this is the one right here that I found. So, looking at this pyramid, the reason why I consider this pyramid so good is because a lot of the other ones that I see online fail to mention Washington, D.C. as the source of war for the New World Order, London as the financial source for the New World Order, and then the Vatican at the very top, pushing Agenda 2030, formerly known as Agenda 21. Now, when you look at this pyramid, you'll notice, what is the sixth one down from the top? Oh, organized religion. Organized religion is one of the means by which they control people through the New World Order. You see it in all of them, pretty much. Organized religion has been infiltrated by the globalist elites. It has been taken control of, whether it be the Catholic Church, Islam, you name it. They've been co-opted, and they use these religions to control people. Now, speaking specifically of Christianity, because, the United States is predominantly a Christian nation. I myself am a spiritualist, but we're going to use, Christianity, since most of the people are involved in that religion. The way these governments, the way the New World Order controls, specifically here in the United States, religion, is through, I kind of want to call it a precursor to the Mark of the Beast. And it's known as the 501c3. The 501c3 is a program that usually nonprofits can sign up for. It was originally intended for charities and humane societies, things where it's okay to take the 501c3, but then they expanded it to churches. Now, churches are automatically exempt under the Constitution from, different, when it comes to tax exemptions. The 501c3, though, offers additional exemptions for churches. And they expanded it to churches, I believe, in the 1970s was when they allowed churches to file for the 501c3. But the 501c3 is very much, in my opinion, a trap. because what a lot of these churches don't realize is that through the 501c3, they can be controlled by FEMA. Many years ago, FEMA started a group known as the FEMA Clergy Response Team. And through the FEMA Clergy Response Team, they were able to direct certain pastors and church leaders to preach things in their churches that the government wanted them to preach. Now, we see this today. A perfect example of someone who, in my opinion, has been co-opted is Pastor T.D. Jakes. There is a picture out there of T.D. Jakes, and I was unable to find it, of him holding I want to say a book in his hand, but it says FEMA right across the front of it. And this picture illustrates how the government has taken control of some of the pastors out there. Specifically, you see it a lot with the megachurch pastors, because they have the highest amount of audiences. The highest audience, people attending their church and watching on TV and on the internet. So they can push things into the religion, into the minds of man through these different pastors using the 501c3 and FEMA. Now, you also see this as well with, not all the churches do this, but I definitely went off on this in my last video with the United Methodist Church. You have a situation where different churches, they put signs outside their buildings pushing political agendas. Like you'll see some churches, they put rainbow flags or a BLM flag or, some kind of socio-political message out in front of their churches. As a church, you should not have to do that. It goes without saying that all are welcome. Church is supposed to be inclusive. It's supposed to be something that brings everyone to God. Doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you worship. Churches are supposed to have an open door policy, because the reason why is because we want to bring people closer to their Creator. Doesn't matter what their sexual preference is. That stuff is left outside the church. Once you're in that building, you're a child of God. Regardless of your race, gender, or sexuality. But when these churches have to put these things outside their church buildings, they're either being told to do so, or they're doing it to pander to these people based on their own political ideologies. You should not be mixing politics with religion. You should not be doing that. Now, a lot of people, might point to Jesus. Well, Jesus accepted everybody. Well, no, Jesus did not accept everybody. He accepted the sinners. Let me put it this way. He accepted everybody, but he did not accept their sins. He accepted the sinners with the hope of showing them a different way, a different path. All of the apostles, the 13 apostles, I know it's 12, but I say 13 because Mary Magdalene was an apostle. The apostles all had issues. They were all sinners. But after meeting Jesus and following his path, they never went back to their old ways. None of them did. They were changed people. I can tell you as a spiritualist from the things that I have seen, a lot of the metaphysical, I can't go back to the way I was. I can't go back to that life. You experience this stuff, you're a changed person. It's just the way it is. And when it came to Jesus and the government, just remember, the Jewish temple had tax collectors and government people and merchants working in that temple, and Jesus would have nothing of it. He would go in there with a whip. He would flip tables. Jesus did not want government and God being mixed. Those were two separate things. But today, they want to mix the two. It's anathema. It's anathema to preaching God. You should not be preaching your political viewpoints. But you see this so often. You see this in the Vatican with the Pope, Pope Francis. I do not like the Pope. And to me, he is at the center of all of this with the New World Order. I mean, when he preaches, he pushes communism, he preaches open borders, he preaches giving up your private property. The man sounds more like a Washington, D.C. politician than a religious leader. He sounds more like a political leader. And it's by default, especially when you look at this, where the Vatican, again, is one of the things that's at the center of it all. And then you had Pope Francis meet with several evangelical leaders, the leaders of Islam, the leaders of the Jewish religions, and they all went to sign a recognition of a one-world religion. I believe this happened, it may not have happened, but it was supposed to happen back in September of 2020. I believe in Copenhagen is when it was supposed to happen. But before that, Pope Francis met at the Vatican with the leaders of the Jewish religion and Islam, and they signed this treaty, this one world religion kind of treaty. And what was interesting was at the time when this happened, NASA was tracking a meteorite that was flying very close to the Earth. And on the day when they signed this treaty, NASA named this meteorite the Beast. That's a symbol right there. So, you have a situation where the Vatican has become extremely political. They're pushing these agendas. The churches are pushing these agendas. And, I understand why some people would take the 501c3. I mean, most churches out there, 98% of churches have the 501c3. If I were to start my own church, I would not take it because I don't want any sort of government control over my church. You already are tax exempt under the Constitution. You don't need to be taking a 501c3. But I can understand why people do it. But to me, the 501c3 is a trap by the New World Order in order to control the churches and the different religious organizations. It's all about control. Look at Islam. The ISIS was not, in my opinion, from everything I've seen, ISIS did not come about naturally. That was funded and built by the New World Order to create chaos in the West. So they use these different religions, they co-opt them in order to fit their benefit, in order to push their agendas. So you have to be very careful with organized mainstream religion. It's meant to, it's meant to control people. Most things in this world are meant to control people. Political parties are meant to control people. The best way I can kind of mix the two for you is to show that there's a comparison is with organized religion. How do they control people? Here's the book, here's the prayers, here's the messages. You follow this, don't think outside the box or else you're going to hell. That's how the organized religion controls people. If you're in the Democrat Party, how does the Democrat Party control people? Here's the book, here's the beliefs, here's the words. If you think outside the box, you're a racist, bigot, some kind of ism or phobe, whatever. If you're in the Republican Party, Here's the messages, here's the book, here's the what you have to say. If you think outside the box, you're not patriotic, you're a communist, and you're this and that. Again, all these systems are meant to control. Jesus, when he came here, was not about religion. And God is not about religion. God is about relationships. You know, whatever religion you choose to be in, whatever you feel in your heart, always remember God is not about religion. He's about relationships. You don't need a religion telling you how to live your life. Just as you don't need the Democrat Party or the Republican Party telling you how to live your life. You're a grown adult. You know what issues are important to you. I feel part of the reason why we're going through so much chaos here in the United States over that reason is because I think God's trying to show us that we don't need political parties anymore. If you eliminate political parties, people are going to pay more attention to the candidates, because right now there are a lot of people out there who will just vote based on party. If you eliminate the political parties, then they have to vote for people based on what they stand for. And you as a person, you know what you stand for. You know what's important to you. You don't need a political party telling you this is what we stand for. Vote this particular way. You don't need that. You know it. You're smart. You're watching these videos. You're a smart individual. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. So, that's part of the Great Awakening that's going on right now. Is the Great Awakening is trying to show people you don't need these power structures anymore controlling you. And things are going to have to get bad, much worse before they get better. That's how you wake up. That's how you wake up the masses. You have to show them just how bad these groups are and that they don't need them anymore. But people have to wake up for that. And the New World Order is going into overdrive right now to complete their agenda. So, in any case, you now know what the one world religion is, of the New World Order. You know how they do it through the 501c3. So be careful for the 501c3. It's one thing if you're a charity or a non-profit organization, then you want to take the 501c3. But if you're a church, no, you want to stay away from that. You're giving the government an opportunity to tell you what to preach in your church and to control you. And if you don't do it, they can shut you down. You don't want that. Any new people out there who want to make churches, stay away from that 501c3. It is my opinion to where things are going. I think you're going to see a lot of churches go under, and a lot of these organized religions start to lose their power, their authority. I think people are going to take church into their own hands. I think people will start their own churches in their homes. Have people over and do your church there. There's a lot of different ways in which you could do this, and I think you're going to see these things crop up in the future. But remember, don't give in to this stuff. What's going on right now. Stay true to God. God will always lead you down the best path for your life, even when you can't see that path. So don't let anybody, any government, any church, anybody dissuade you out of the God of your own understanding. That's all I really want to say. That's all I really have to say on the, on the New World Order. I hope you found this video somewhat useful, and I hope you have a blessed day. Till next time.